Hi guys! Welcome to my channel. My name is Natalia, this is Crafting with Natalia, and today I have a Flosstube video for you. Right, so you may have heard my new jingle kind of intro. I wasn't really sure if to use it or to not use it. I used it in my recent video and I thought, well, maybe it's too weird. But anyway, I think, well, yes, I just wanted to talk about it briefly, just in case if you're wondering what's going on, why has it changed. Well, basically, recently, I was watching different Flosstubers, though I'm still very behind on my videos, but because I keep getting distracted with some new Flosstubers, and then I'll just watch one video from this one, I watch from this one, and then I'm still behind on my old Flosstubers, so it's not going very well. But anyway, I was watching a couple of videos actually from Colorado Stitcher, who I haven't watched lately. By the way, this is a video about cross stitch, just in case if you're not sure. I should have said that at the start. Welcome to my channel. It's always chaos in here, but it's a fun channel, hopefully for people who like to laugh and like to not take things too seriously. So anyways, I was watching Colorado Stitcher, and I realized that that she has the same intro music as me, and obviously she's been around much longer than me. She's a much more well-known Flosstuber, and I thought, oh, it kind of seems like I've stolen the music now. Though it is a free music that I was using, and obviously there's a very limited number of tracks that you can use for videos. So, for free, basically, and so I was trying, I'm not that rich, so I was just using free music. I'm just doing this channel for fun anyway, so I was just using one of the free tracks, and obviously I thought, probably someone will be using the same ones, like, there aren't that many of them out there. But then at the same time I was thinking, is there anything that I can do to make it more my own, like to use something that maybe nobody else will have? And well, first I was just looking for some ideas through different music libraries, and on the YouTube music library I found the track for The Entertainer, and as I was listening to it, because I really enjoy it, when I was listening to it I remembered that I used to play it with my friends back when I used to live in Australia for a year, and I did like a year exchange at the university, at the Australian National University, which is in Canberra. And well, it's a topic for a different conversation, because I could go on about that year forever and ever and ever. But I used to play with one piano player there. Basically, we used to, I used to play at the church there, and after the church, usually he would play like a piece of music just for people, like when they were exiting the church, they could hear some nice music. And when I joined, when I joined Canberra and when I traveled there for a year, I joined that church, and I was playing music after, as well. Like, they quite quickly discovered that I play violin, and then they kind of, they asked, oh, can you play a little bit more? And so they would ask me to play some music after the ceremony as well. And so we sometimes used to play The Entertainer because people quite enjoy that, and it's quite a simple piece to play as well. And so when I heard that on the YouTube music library, I was like, oh, could I not just, because it was just a piano track, could I not add the violin to it, and then that would be like my own? So I tried doing that, and that's how this intro happened. I know it's not perfect, but I thought it's fun because it is my channel, and because it is something that is like me. So I love my violin, although I don't play it so much these days because I just don't have time with all the cross stitching and diamond painting that I've been doing. But playing this intro, just like recording it, was so much fun. And it is very me, so I thought, well, why not use it, at least for now. Maybe one day I'll manage to record something else, but for that, this is for now, this is what I have. Sorry. I feel like I'm talking really fast. Okay, it feels like it's been a long weekend. Also, we have another heat wave in the weekend in the UK at the moment. I can't speak, I'm sorry. I'll slow down. We have another heat wave in the UK, and I think my brain has melted again, but I have to record this video today because otherwise I'm not gonna have time. So you're just gonna have to put up with me being like this, but really that's like this every time. So what else is new? I have a fan, but it's quite far from my camera, but I'm actually gonna turn it towards me slightly because I can't really feel it right now. I feel like I'm overheating. Okay, so it's a bit more of a breeze. I also have some water with ice. Yay! Sorry, I started with the intro because I was worried I was gonna forget to say I wanted to explain the intro, but then I thought I'm gonna forget to explain the intro. But now I've done it, so now that's out of the way. Okay, and now what else was I gonna say? I feel like I forgot to say something important in the beginning, like what you normally say in the beginning, but it doesn't matter. You guys know that this is Flosstube, you guys know who I am, or if you're new here, welcome! I hope you enjoy this channel. I hope you enjoy this video. Yes, so today we're talking about my progress on cross stitch, which is not great. I mean, I have progress, but there's not much like to see visually because it's kind of progress on very big projects, so you can't really see very much progress, or there's like, I don't know, like it's also several different projects, so like spread across different projects, so it doesn't feel like there's a lot to show. I have some notes to hopefully keep me right. Yeah, but it feels like it's been a long weekend. My friend was over in London yesterday, so we spent quite a bit of time together yesterday, and then we were still working on the visa application with my husband, who's currently in Albania and applying to join me here. So that took some time. Well, it's more like it was a bit stressful. And then I was recording another video today because I'm going away to Poland. I'm going away on Thursday. Well, now it's Sunday evening today, so that's why I need to be quick because light is gonna go. It's evening already, but maybe that's why I'm talking so fast. But so yes, so I'm going away to Poland on Thursday. I will be gone the whole of the following week. I will be here on Sunday, but I do have so now I started, I have a new violin. Well, basically I used to teach a lot of violin, or I used to perform a lot of violin. Now I don't really do it these days, but this lady contacted me that her son needs some tuition and whether I'd be able to do it. And I thought, well, actually, why not? Now with Bess being away, you know, I'm on my own a lot, so it's actually quite nice to have something to keep me busy. And I actually really enjoy teaching. I've actually for a while I considered going into teaching because I really enjoy doing that. And actually, the boy, he's really good. I mean, he's a teenager, but he is a very good student. He's been practicing, I can see from the previous lesson, and he picks things up really quickly, so it's actually a pleasure working with him. So I had the violin lesson today as well, and I'm gonna have one on like probably every Sunday for a while. So yeah, so because I'm coming back like Saturday night, apparently there's like train strikes, so it's gonna be hard, so I'm probably gonna get home really late. And then I only have Sunday before I start working again, so whether I'll be able to record videos on that Sunday or I may run out of time is really hard to say right now. I will try to record something because then I realized I'm going away quite soon after that again. So I'm going away to Albania to see my husband and his family at the start of September, so I'm not going to be back for very long. And I'm thinking, how am I going to manage to record the videos and you know, to get any progress done? I don't know. But anyway, we'll worry about that later. But just to let you know, there may be a gap. So there will be a diamond painting video that I will release when I'm in Poland. But after that, I'm not sure if I'll be able to post a video the week after. I will try. But if not, then I'm gonna have to try and cram Flosstube and diamond painting update recording at some point. Maybe like the week after that, like I will record the Flosstube and then I'll have to pre-record probably my diamond painting video as well, so that I have it when I'm back. It's just so complicated. It's really hard because I work quite long hours and I'm usually quite tired after work, so I tend to record on weekends. That's why. Anyway, so all that bloody blah, you're probably bored, very bored, so I'm sorry. Let's move on to cross stitch. So I have one FFO, not a very big or impressive one, but it is a finish. It is a fully, well, a fake fully finished, so FFFO. Why is it fake? It's because I didn't actually frame it properly. I finished it, and then I was like, what should I do with it? And then I ordered, there was actually a sale on these frames, like the box frames, and I thought I may try that. It only costed like £4 from Hobbycraft. And I thought, okay, why not? So I ordered it, and then I was too lazy, and literally I just wanted to see how it looks like. So I just stuck it in a frame without actually attaching it to anything, and it seems to be sitting quite well. So like, oh, I'll just leave it like that, and I put it on my wall just like that, but it's not actually framed properly at all. But it is the heartfelt stitch along. So if you've been here before, you would have seen it probably, because I've been working on it for the past 6 months, because it started in February, I think, or March, I don't know, but it was a stitch along organized by the Fat Quarter Shop. And basically they release a part every month, and it was called Heartfelt because it was dedicated, so I think that was February, because February was the month of the heart, and the Make-A-Wish Foundation, basically it was supporting Make-A-Wish Foundation, which is a foundation that helps children with terminal or chronic conditions to fulfill some of their dreams. So the funding goes towards that. So I think it's a beautiful cause, and I think it started in the month of heart because a lot of these kids have heart conditions. So I think that was why it was relevant in February. And so now it's finished, and I finished it. I didn't use the original, the called for colors. Some of them I used, but some of them I swapped kind of randomly. Maybe not necessarily the greatest idea, and maybe not necessarily the greatest color swap, but it is what it is. I'm not changing it now, so you know, we have to live with what choices we made in life. Anyway, so let me just show you. Okay, so this is my fully finished, well, fully fake fully finished heartfelt stitch along. Ooh, it doesn't actually look so bad, does it? I don't know. Sorry about the glare. There's a glass, or like I don't know. It's probably not glass, but there's a cover on here, which is shiny. It's reflecting things, but hopefully you can see it alright. Yay! So because I don't have any decorations on my wall in my bedroom, because literally I just sleep in my bedroom and I leave it, so I don't spend any time in there. And because I live in a rented flat, so I've not been wanting to like excessively put things on the wall unless I really feel like I want to put them on the wall. But this one I actually felt like I want to put it on the wall, and I thought it suits my bedroom better than anywhere else, so I put it above my bed. So yeah, that's the heartfelt stitch along. Anyway, this was stitched because you know what, I think last time I forgot it for like most of the things I showed you. I forgot to tell you this. But I think whenever I forget this and I realize it when I'm editing, I'll try and put it on the screen. So I did it last time. I put some information on the screen for you, because I'm notorious for forgetting a lot of stuff, but for forgetting to tell you what I'm stitching it on and how I'm stitching it. So I'm stitching, this one was 2/1 on 18 count aida, and it's literally just white aida, so not exciting at all. Yes. I don't know if there's anything else I should tell you. I think it's still all available from the Fat Quarter Shop website. I'm not sure. It should be. I think this will, like, you can stitch it whenever, even though it's finished. I think you can probably still stitch it. And the charge was free of charge, but the idea was to donate, well, if you can, obviously if you're able to donate, to donate some, you know, small or big amount towards the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And that's it, really. That's the only finish I have. I know I said I was gonna have lots of finishes this summer, but I got distracted with things which I couldn't finish, or even with new starts. So I don't have as many finishes as I was hoping for. there is one of the projects I thought I was gonna finish soon. Well, that was a while ago when I thought I was gonna finish it soon. Was my watercolor heart. I think that's the title, with a bird. Yeah, I think the title of this design is watercolor. Slow down. Watercolor heart, possibly with a bird. All the projects I talk about, I try and at least include the title and the designer in the description below. If I can link something, then I will link it as well. Yeah, so if I forget something, just look in the description below. This design is from the little room in the attic, and just because I felt like, you know, bad for not having any more finishes, I thought I will maybe try and pick this one up. But then when I picked it up, by the way, I'll insert here what it's meant to look like, just so that you know what I'm talking about. But when I picked it up, can you hear that? There's a weird music. I think someone in the car had weird music. I live in the middle of London and it's always noisy around here. So you will hear sounds. I've got my windows open, so just, yeah. Ignore them. More music. Alright, okay. So I was saying, so when I picked up this project, I realized that it's actually not as close to the finish as I was hoping for. Like, it is close, but it's not like, you know, I'll be there in a few hours close. Like, I think like it's gonna take like maybe more like a few days. And that kind of like, that, well, then I wanted to work on other things. So I only picked it up for a tiny amount of time, and I finished all the cross stitching on the bird. So I have the bird, well, not finished because I'm still missing backstitch, because on this project it's got quite a lot of backstitch in different colors, and I think it's going to be very confusing if I start doing some of the backstitch but not all of it at the same time. So I decided I'm going to do all the cross stitching first, and then I'm going to add backstitch after I'm done with the cross stitching. So I can try and dig out a picture from the last time I showed it to you. I mean, it may have been on my whip parade as well, but anyway, this is the last picture that I can find of it. And now, yeah, now literally all that has changed is I've just added, I finished the cross stitching on the bird. Let's see if we can, if the light is good enough. Sorry, this is my massive, huge needle minder from Denkai Designs. It's a big bird of paradise, and it's way too big for this project, but I think I was looking for a needle minder and this one was free. So I rotate my needle minders between different projects, and sometimes I use the same needle minder for multiple projects. Like if it's a bird, then I like to use a bird, or you know, if I have something that's related to the project, then I try to use that. And this one was a bird, and it was free. I don't know if it was on a project that I haven't been stitching on for a while or just sitting in my drawer, so I picked it up and I stuck it on here. But it's way too big for this project anyway. But this is yeah, my needle minder. The light is kind of, if it gets too dark, I'm gonna put my light on, but I didn't want to do that just yet. So let's see. Anyway, so this is what I have. Guess what, guys? 1 minute. Well, for you it will be like 2 seconds literally, but I need to get something to put behind because the one thing I never have ready is something to put behind my stitching. Okay, see you in a minute. Okay, since I got up, I did actually put the light on because it did feel quite dark. So yeah, so the light is kind of like my face is orange a bit, but well, it is what it is. I should have recorded this earlier, but I was trying to do too many things today and I ran out of time. So we're doing it now. Anyway, so this is what I have now. Can you see it? Can you answer me? Yeah, so sorry, it's not ironed, so it's wrinkled. But hopefully you can see. I will actually, for this one, yes, that's what I did before I left for my violin lesson. I pre-recorded like a tiny little video so that you can see it a bit better, because this one is really hard to see actually, especially with this camera, and my front camera is always struggling. So I'm just going to insert here a little video which I took earlier, so hopefully you can see this a little bit better. Okay. Yeah, but it's a very beautiful, like, it's very delicate kind of design, so I think that's why it's quite hard to see it well on camera. Unless you're very close to it, it's quite hard to see exactly what's going on. I am hoping that once I add the backstitch to it, it will be easier to see what's going on, because right now, like, it is quite difficult to see what exactly is going on. But there is a lot of backstitch to go on this project. Another thing this project has a lot of is blends. There's so many blends in here, and I am struggling a little bit with blends. What I'm struggling with is just like, I think it makes my stitches look even more uneven than they usually are. Sorry again. Yeah, so normally, I mean, my stitches are always a bit uneven. I'm not one of these stitches who have perfect stitches always laid perfectly. No, mine are just there. They're in the right place. Well, not always, but most of the time at least they're in the right place, but they're not even. But when I have a blend, so I have two different strands of floss, of two different colors, and then, you know, they twist around each other, so on one stitch one will be more visible kind of than the other quite often, so I feel like my stitches look even more messy than normally. So yeah, so that's my issue with blends, and also they're a bit of a pain because you have to find two different flosses, you have to cut two strands, you know, it's a lot of effort, isn't it? But yes, so there's quite a bit of blends in here. There's a lot of color changes, so even though it's a small design, as you can see, there's a lot of colors in here, and you know, you have a few stitches of one color, a few stitches of another color, and so on. So a lot of color changes in this one. This is stitched, see, I remembered. This is stitched on 32 count Murano. I really like stitching on 32 count Murano, as you will notice. A lot of my projects are stitched on that. 2/2. Most of the time I stitch 2/2 on evenweave or linen, because I don't really like stitching with one strand that much. But having said that, I am going to start the project with one strand, I think. So we'll see. Anyway, I'm just thinking if there's anything else to say. So the little room in the attic, she used to have a shop on Etsy. So her name is Maria, the designer. She is from Russia, so at the moment she's not able to sell on Etsy, but she has her own website now that you can. I'm not sure yet if you can yet pay. I don't know what's the correct order of words in this sentence, but basically, before, like, when I bought this, no, this one I bought a long time ago, but I bought some other charts from her recently, and when I was buying those charts, maybe it was like 2 or 3 months ago, there was no option to pay on the website. So what I had to do is look on the website for what I wanted. So you could see how much it is, but then I would have to message Maria. I have her Instagram, so I just messaged her on Instagram. You can probably also email her, but I had to let her know basically what I wanted to buy. And then she just arranged for me to pay through PayPal, and then she just emailed me the patterns. So you can just do it that way. I'm not sure, maybe now you can pay through the website. It's been a while since I've been on it. Okay. So that's that. Another thing that I stitched on, but not a lot, is my teacups from... Oh, this is this. I thought this was the front, but I misplaced the front. Where's the front? Here. Teacups from Luca-S or Luca-S. I'm not sure what's the correct way of saying this, but it's yeah, basically it's a kit. It's a cross-stitch kit. This is what it's meant to look like. So you have a stack of lovely teacups. I'm stitching that hopefully to give to my mom because she loves her little cute teacups. This is stitched on Aida, so they included a 16 count Aida, which is like a very light baby blue, but it's a very light blue that on camera it kind of looks white, but it is slightly blue. And what else to say? And the threads are anchor threads in this one. So in the previous one I showed you was all DMC. Okay. And so I feel like I don't know, I feel like I'm forgetting some. I don't know. I think I'm tired, guys. I'm sorry. What is new about this one? I've got my needle minder. The needle minder that I found on Caterpillar Cross Stitch. A teacup needle minder. Ooh, I'm so excited about this one because I didn't think I was gonna find a teacup needle minder, but I was browsing for needle minders and I saw this one. I was like, this is perfect for this project. There are also, I think, 2 other, or maybe even more, I'm not sure, kits from them which have teacups on them. So if you're into teacups, then go wild. Anyway, so I'm sorry, guys. So, oh, this is the last time I showed you. So you I've barely. It's a funny project because this is a project that I've probably been the most consistent on, because I think I've shown it to you like in every single video for like the past 5 videos, but also every month or every however many weeks I don't know, lately it's been bi-weekly or 3 weekly, but every time I just put like a couple of threads in it. So I put like, I don't know, maybe how many stitches, 50, I don't know. Maybe more, I don't know, but I don't put very many stitches on it, so I work on it very consistently but in very small amounts, so the progress is minimal and you still won't really know what it is. But I am working on this middle teacup here because I started it in the middle, and so now I've got the full handle. I mean, we've never established if this is the correct term for the teacup thing, but I've got the teacup handle or ear, whatever you want to call it, and I've got a bit more of the teacup side here. So it's starting to emerge. In about 2 years I will have a full teacup. But anyway, I'm actually enjoying this. Like, I don't know, the only thing is very grey. So this teacup I'm working on is just like white and grey, and then it's got like the blue flowers, but I tend to like leave the best part for the end, so I haven't done the flowers yet, but maybe I should have started with the flower. Maybe I should, next time I should do the flowers, and then it will be nicer, and then maybe you guys will be more excited about this. Though someone said they really like the teacups, so someone likes the teacups, so I can't remember. Someone left a comment on my web parade that they were quite curious about this kit, that they want to see progress on it. Well, wait 2 years and there will be a teacup. Okay, so that's teacups. I haven't been checking my notes at all, so let me just see what's happening in my notes. What have I missed already? I think I'm actually doing well. Yeah, I think so far we're good. Okay, now I've got like some progress, but on very big projects. I actually have 2 new starts, which are very big projects, so I don't know why, because what's the point of starting things where I never have time to work on them, but also what's the point of having all these charts and then like fabrics and stuff sitting in my box when I never actually start them. So it's this dilemma, you know. But anyway, I made a new, recently I made a new stitchy friend, Anne, that we found each other on Instagram, and then she was doing, I think, like a giveaway, and then I commented, or like I think, because I've been looking at her projects, like her stitching is really beautiful, and she tends to work on projects which I would really love to work on. So I kept liking her post, and then I think I just commented something that I liked her stitching and stuff, and then somehow, I don't know, from that or however else, but Anne found that I have the Flosstube, and she watched my video, and then she messaged me like, oh, I really liked your video, and then, sorry, and then sometimes I really miss living on the countryside. Yeah, that's London for you. So what was I saying? So yeah, so anyway, Anne messaged me, and then we started chatting, and we never stopped really. It's been weeks, I think, now, and we just really enjoy chatting to each other. And yeah, I think we both equally passionate about cross stitch, and Anne is also doing a bit of diamond painting as well. So we've been chatting a lot about different stitchy projects, and we started chatting about Haze as well. And that got me thinking about my Haze, and about all the Haze that I already have charts for, that I haven't started yet. And then Anne was saying, and then we also got chatting about the fact that I love butterflies. And then Anne was saying, oh, you should check out this this artwork on Haze, which has butterflies in it. It's from Margaret Morales. It sleeps with butterflies. I will insert the artwork here for you to see. But I already knew about this artwork because I've seen it in the diamond painting world, and actually for a while I wanted to buy the diamond painting of the artwork. And I actually already had the chart for it from Haze. I already had it bought, months ago. So I was like, oh yeah, I know that one. And Anne is actually working on a different artwork by Margaret Morales, and we got chatting. It's like, oh, we could encourage each other. If each of us does a little bit of progress on her Margaret, then we can kind of cheer each other on. And so she's like, oh, you have to start it. And I'm like, well, yeah, all right. So one day I just decided I'm gonna start it. Initially, I didn't think I had a fabric for it because it needs quite a large piece. So I stitch I'm talking as if I'm stitching lots of Haze, but no, I have a couple already. I have already couple Haze started, and I kind of made decision previously that I was always stitch my Haze. Well, as long as it works out, always is a big word, but I thought that the best way for me to stitch Haze would be in 10 stitch, and probably the best way to stitch, in 10 stitch is 2/1 on 28 count. So that's kind of how I decided I was going to stitch my Haze. And so for 28 count, you need quite a large piece of fabric for that project. Water break. And I didn't think I had a large enough piece of fabric, but I found one in my box, which possibly I bought even thinking about this project, but I forgot what I actually bought it for. So I thought, well, I may just as well use it since I have it. And so basically I showed you the artwork, what it looks like. And I've decided, okay, this time I'm gonna do something different, because I always thought you have to start Haze in the corner, but in this artwork, if you look at it, all corners are so boring, and I'm like, there is no chance I'm gonna get any progress done with these corners. I'm literally gonna, just put a few stitches. It's gonna look like nothing for months, and then I'm gonna get frustrated. So I decided I'd rather stitch one of the butterflies first, and I thought the easiest way would be to pick the one that's like close to the borders. Like the one on top is like perfect because it's right at the border, so I can find the top of the piece very easily. And then it's also right in the middle, bang on in the middle, and if we look horizontally, so it like gives me like also middle kind of. So 2 in 1. So I thought I'm gonna start with this butterfly, but I only spent I don't know, maybe 3 hours, or I don't know how many hours, but it was only one morning worth of stitching. And so this is what I have so far. Give me a second, guys. There, can you see it? I mean, it doesn't really look like anything, but, well, you know what, I sent it to Anne. I didn't tell her I started it, and then I sent the picture to her, and she's like, oh yes, that's a butterfly. And I'm like, how did you know? Honestly, how is that a butterfly? But so if she could recognize that that's a butterfly, then maybe you can also recognize it. So anyway, so that's a butterfly. A very unexciting one. So I decided I'm just gonna do 310 until I get bored of doing 310, just because that gives me a nice outline that then I can just fill in the middle. So I may finish the outline of the butterfly first. I'm not sure, I don't have a plan. You know that I'm not good at making plans. So I'll see how I go, but I think first of all I'd like to finish the outline of the butterfly and then possibly fill it in first before I move on anywhere else. Okay. This is a new needle minder. I mean new, I got it only recently. And this one is from Just So Heavenly. I'm quite sure about that. So it's like a little, sorry, that's my arm behind. But yeah, it's like a little fly. But I thought it's really pretty, that big gem. I really love it. It's really pretty. And I didn't have a butterfly needle minder. I need to get one. But I thought it's an insect, so so it's kind of matching the theme. Anyway, so that's that. And I really wanted to use this needle minder for something because I think it's really pretty. And then, well, actually I had another hate start, but that's a smaller hate because it's only like a partial hate. So you know how sometimes hates, oh, you know what I meant to tell you? It's not really important, but I wrote it in my notebook, so I may just as well tell you. See, I looked at my notes. So I meant to tell you that I managed to complete 853 stitches on my butterfly, which is equal to 0.3%. Right, anyway, let's not worry about that. Okay, but that was my notes. I told you now. Okay, so we can move on. So yeah, so you know how sometimes hates, you can get just the ones that don't have any background. So you can stitch it on like a different background, and you're just stitching the non-background. So I've had this chart in my stash for a very long time, but it's just at first I didn't know what fabric to stitch it on, and then I thought, oh, it looks really difficult because, you know, I always thought with haze you need to have a grid. And I'm like, oh, but if I stitch it on like a non-gridded fabric, then I'm not gonna have a grid. How am I ever gonna know where I am? So I was kind of scared to start it. But then I was like, I'm going to be forever scared to start it. And I already had a fabric, you know what? I had a fabric for it since January. And no, actually no, I ordered it over Christmas. So no, it took a while. Actually, maybe it was like February because it's hand dyed from Polstitches. And so it took a while actually for that fabric to get to me. But anyway, I've had it for a while, and yet I was scared to start it. And also, you know, I don't need another start. But then again, having like a chart in your stash for so many months and still not even starting it, it's kind of sad, no? So I was like, okay, never mind, I'm just gonna start it. So the piece that I am stitching or hoping to stitch is called Wisdom from Tom Allen. Well, it's charted by Haeven and Earth, but the original artwork is by Tom Allen. And yeah, so I'm going to insert here what it's meant to look like, and you're just stitching. So it's 2 owls sitting on a branch, and yeah, you're just sitting. You're just stitching the tree, the branch, and the owls sitting on it. So it's total like 43,000 stitches. So it's not so bad for hate. That's really not so bad at all. What else? And so yes, what was I gonna say? It's a very cute chart. I guess that's what I wanted to say. I love owls. That's it. The end. I love owls, and I have a lot of things with owls on them. My mom also loves owls. She also has a lot of things with owls on them. And these 2 owls are like mom and a baby sitting together, and the mom is the wise one and the baby is like has no clue what's happening. Really, the baby looks a bit scared, and the mom is like kind of looks like very calm and wise. And that actually makes me think a lot about like my mom and us, like me and my mom. Yeah, because yeah, it's got a lot to do, like the owl theme, and my mom is a very wise woman. I am not a very wise woman, and I'm generally scared of everything. I'm always anxious about everything, And you know, I always go to, like, when I'm next to my mom, like, she has these magic powers, and she always has like this life wisdom, and yeah, she's able to make everything all right. As mom, that's what moms do, no? So anyway, so this piece makes me think of my mom and makes me think of that. So it gives me that warm feeling here. So I really wanted to stitch it, even though I know it will take a long time. And even though I'm really scared. See, there you go, I'm scared of a lot of things. But yeah, so even though I'm really scared of actually stitching this piece, I thought I'm going to give it a go. Yes, so I started, but there's nothing to see, really. So all that introduction is really for nothing. Because I started in the middle. Again, and the middle, I don't know why the middle tends to be boring lately. So the middle is actually where there's this fluff. In the middle of the owl is not very exciting. Because so the middle of the the middle of the design is actually the middle of the big owl, and the middle of the, well, it's kind of right off middle. The middle of the owl is like this white, like the beige kind of fluff that they have here. And the picture, I'll insert the picture. It's hard to see the middle on the picture, but I don't know how I can describe it. She has like this feather that's going like this, and the middle is right next to that feather, basically. Good luck with making any sense of what I said. It looks like nothing. It looks like absolute nothing. But here, I should. Where's my board? Well, it's not a board, but where is it? Okay, I've got it. I've got it here. It took a while, but I've got it. Again, it's not ironed. Can you even see where it is? So the fabric is gorgeous. So if there's nothing else to talk about today, the fabric is so beautiful. The fabric is called Daybreak. Daybreak from Polstitches Designs. They're the UK-based company that does beautiful hand-dyed fabrics. It's 28 count Brittney Lugana. Look, I remembered. Oh, I'm getting so much better at this. And nobody can see this. Really. I don't even know. Is this the right way around? I don't know. I think this is the right way around because the owl is pointing up. So that gives me a hint that probably this is how this is meant to be going. And I think the big feather goes here. So this is like the middle of the owl, and the eyes will be like here. But yeah, but so far this actually really reminds me of because these are the skin well, it's not like what I'm saying. If you were stitching a lady, for example, these are like for white lady. These are the kind of colors that typically are used to stitch skin. So like this reminds me a lot of my Mirabilia skin, which I'm not enjoying at all. And now I feel like I'm stitching another Mirabilia skin. So I'm like, why is this happening to me? But anyway, oh, I know what I meant to tell you. See, I should have been looking at my notes better. I knew there was something. Oh yeah, I scribbled it so badly that I didn't decode what I wrote in here. But I wanted to tell you that I had a revelation, right? When I was stitching my Margaret Morales, because I've been having so much trouble with 10 stitch, and I've not been enjoying 10 stitch so much because I've had so much issues with my 10 stitch being uneven, and especially that's why I remember it now. It's because my Mirabilia skin is a nightmare because it's so uneven, and I'm like, why is my 10 stitch so bad? And my revelation was that when I was stitching my butterfly, I decided, okay, I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try and always start from the same corner. And you may think this is probably obvious to you, but because I normally do full crosses, when I do my full crosses, I don't really think about which corner I'm starting from. Like, as in, I always have stitches going the same direction. So like my my top leg is always going the same direction, but I may start my bottom leg, for example, in the top corner. I may start it in the bottom corner, and then I may start my top leg in the bottom corner or top corner, depending what is easier at the time and where the other stitches are going. I kind of just decide on the spot. I don't have, or where my needle goes first. So, and for the full crosses, it never seemed to matter very much. Because, well, the bottom stitch especially, you know, you can't really see the bottom leg very much, so it doesn't really matter too much which way it's going. Maybe it does matter a bit for the top, but I haven't noticed it like making a huge difference, because sometimes I am consistent and I go always the same way, but then I don't know, but sometimes I just kind of do it randomly and I haven't noticed much difference. But I think in case of 10 stitch it actually does make a huge difference, because then I accidentally, I think I did some stitch going like, and now I try to always start in the bottom and go to the top, but I think accidentally, you know, I started, because sometimes you can't, if you went to the hole with your previous stitch and then you want to start, you know, the next stitch, then you can't go to the same hole, and then I would start in a different, like in the top rather than the bottom, and the stitch looked different. It, like, you can see the tension is like pulling it funny. So sometimes that's tricky about 10 stitch, that sometimes then you have to stitch a different stitch first and then come back to this one. Anyway, this is probably making absolutely no sense, but the point is that I had a revelation that I need to always start my 10 stitches in from the bottom, basically. So I have to have a method, and now I always start every 10 stitch from the bottom hole. And I think they look much more even. Though I need to stitch a bit more to be sure, but I think to me they look much more even. So I'm gonna try that with my Mirabilia as well. Although my Mirabilia is also, I was thinking about it, and my Mirabilia is also on 32 count, which is probably what's making it even harder, because it gets quite bulky when I'm trying to do the 10 stitch. So I'm trying to do 2/1 10 stitch, and maybe that's just too much bulky. I don't know. Anyway, so that's my discussion about 10 stitch that I was going. I knew that there was a theme that I was going to, like, even thought I may include in the title for this video, because I knew I was going to talk a lot about 10 stitch, but by the time I got to 10 stitch I completely forgot I was going to talk about it. So there you go, guys. I didn't actually think I was gonna have so many other things to talk about. I just literally thought I just had to talk about 10 stitch and then end the video, and that was it. But it turns out I always have a lot of things to say to you guys, so I don't know how it happens. Anyway, moving on. So continuing on the 10 stitch theme, I just, like, because I was so into this 10 stitch revelation, I wanted to work on my other heights as well. Well, mainly on my main height, which I love and I haven't touched in a long time, but I'd really love to see some progress on that one, because I'm actually really excited. That's my, like, top height. So of all my heights that I either started or not started, I would say this one is the one that I'm the most excited about, and I'd really love to see more of it come to life. So I think this one is like the closest to my heart, and that's the Aquarius by Josephine Wall. So I'm going to insert the original artwork here so you can see. It's a big painting. It has lots of details, so maybe it's quite hard to see everything, but I think it's a beautiful one. I'm an Aquarius, and I was actually thinking, you know, lately all the like the sea things that I've been stitching, maybe it's like my Aquarius spirit, you know, waking up, and maybe that's why. But anyway, yes, so I wanted to stitch that. I love that painting. I think it's beautiful. So I thought it would be so cool to have that one day on my wall, but I may be very old when that happens. I'm stitching the max color version of that painting, and I will try and dig out the picture of where I was last time. Now, it didn't make a whole lot of progress. Oh, here's the thing. So on the owls, I did 473 stitches. No, 473 stitches so far, which is equal to 1.09%. See? my stats for my heights. Okay, for the Aquarius, I'm now at 10,155 stitches, so I'm past the 10,000 mark, which is equal to 3.96%. But that made me think that's almost 4%, right? 0.04% in hate word. This is big. It's still a big number of stitches, but I'm almost at 4%, which means that I only need to do like 25 times what I've already done. Now that makes it sound way better, no? That's not so bad at all. So, you know, even if I just did what I did this year for another 25 years, then I will be done in 25 years, you know? So right, okay. So where I was last time, here, okay. You will barely see any difference because I didn't do, I don't know, maybe I did like 1,000 stitches, I don't know, I'm not sure. I've lost my thing again. Oh, there it is. Right. So this is where I am now. Can you see the difference? I think it's this, right? I filled in, I finally finished the page. So my first page is completely finished, done. Yay! My first ever page finished in a Haeven. We should celebrate. So I don't know what else to say about this project other than I love it. I love it. I was worried about the fact that you can, because it's a dark, this top, only the top of the painting really is very dark. The rest of it is not as dark. But that dark sky, like, because it's the 2/110 stitch that there, and it's my uneven 10 stitch, this is still before I had my revelation. There are some gaps between the stitches, and I was worried about that, but actually I think, well, there's two things. One thing is, because you're not meant to look at it very close, you know, it's going to be a huge painting, so you'll be looking at it from, you know, at least some distance away, and you'll be looking more at the full painting. You're probably not going to notice these little gaps. The second thing that's kind of rescuing me here is the fact that this sky is actually full of confetti as well. There's lots of these little like bits of grey and even purple and yellow, because there's meant to be stars like that, so it's a starry sky. And so because of that, actually there's like a lot of things happening in the sky, so it's actually really hard to say what is actually stitching and what is the gaps. They all kind of, it's very hard to say just looking at it. And it looks so beautiful in the, when the light hits it and it becomes so blue, right? Oh, I love it. I love it. Yeah, so it's going to be gorgeous. Like, I'm so excited about this one. This is my beloved Haeven. Yes. If I ever finish, even if I ever in my whole life just finish one Haeven, I'd love it to be this one. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. Now, a very quick mention, because it's really not worth mentioning, but it is also my Haeven. But this Haeven, I'm not sure if I'll ever make any progress on. I've put a few stitches on this one, so I've showed it on my whip parade, so I felt like I should show you guys, even though there's not much to show. But basically, you know that I love Van Gogh. Yeah, if you've been on my diamond painting videos, then you know how much I love Van Gogh, and I love the Starry Night. You know, it's one of my favorite paintings. I think it's gorgeous, and I feel really inspired and really fascinated by Van Gogh as an artist. I think he had a very interesting personality and a very complicated and sad life at the same time. But anyway, so that Starry Night, I don't know, I find like it's very meaningful, and I love. I've done some diamond paintings of it, okay? And actually the video I was recording earlier today was about my diamond painting comparison for the Starry Night. But the thing with diamond paintings, I think no matter how large it would be, or how, you know, how much the company may try and render it beautifully, the issue is that it's always missing the detail. It's not the detail of like the shapes in the artwork, but the thing about Van Gogh's artwork is that he had these very characteristic paintbrush strokes going through the painting, which meant that the colors are kind of laid like on top of each other. Like basically there's a lot of color changes, and in diamond painting it's really hard to achieve that. Because you need to have a very, very large diamond painting, okay? It's a bit easier to achieve that in stitching. I didn't want to do a super size because there's no chance at all for me to ever water break. Anyway, super size is too big, but even in a normal size Haeven, I think you can still get a much better amount of detail than you would in a diamond painting. And so I decided, and I looked at renderings. So actually Starry Night is very popular, so the Haeven has many different versions of it in different sizes, different colors, different variations, even I think of how the painting was cut, so what's exactly on the chart. So I went through all of them, and the mock-up that I liked the most, that wasn't super sized, was, let me see what it says. It's called Starry Night Request A Size Max Colors. So it is a max colors. It's someone requested, probably that's why it's called that, I'm not sure. But this one actually, one thing that maybe I don't like about it so much is that it also includes like the actual edges of like the canvas, or like, you know, the whatever Van Gogh painted it on. So you know, like normally paintings when they're framed they cover that, but this one is not like, it's like the unframed painting, so it's got the edges, you can see the edges. But I like the rendering, like the mock-up looked really good of this one, so I thought I'm gonna try this one. Okay, but I didn't get very far with it at all, so I don't actually have a previous picture of it, because first time I showed it on my whip parade and there was barely anything to see. There's still barely anything to see now, but I am now 536 stitches in. So not a lot at all, which is like 0.27%, so there's literally nothing to see. But just for the formality of it, I will show you. That's what I have. I think this one will be a struggle. Well, because it's max colors and because it's super confetti heavy. Like, I know my Aquarius was also max colors, but the nice thing about where I started it was that actually there is quite a bit of color blocking in that corner where I started, so I could have a good start on it. Now this corner, so I thought it would be fun to start with the moon, but actually where the moon is, there's a lot of confetti. So yeah, so that's a bit of a struggle, because yeah, it's like just color changes. I don't have all of the colors yet for it, so I'm missing some of the colors, and it's just difficult. Like, I think I started in the wrong place, to be honest, and now I'm a bit discouraged about it. But anyway, I put a few stitches in it. That's it. Right, end of the story. Let's move on. Okay, I need some more water, I think, guys. Okay, I'll try and wrap it up soon. So the final thing, is this the final? Yeah, pretty much, but it's kind of, it includes a few things. But yeah, the final thing I wanted to talk about is my All Things Sea Craft Along. I don't have my seahorse today, guys. No seahorse today. And I had the realization this morning, which was very sad, because I realized that it's now, what is it? Is it 7th of August? I'm not sure. It's August. it's getting there. Like, I'm going to Poland, because I was thinking, what should I take to Poland with me to stitch? I think I have to take the seahorse, and maybe I should just take the seahorse, to be honest. But I don't want to just work on one project, because it's not me. But at the same time, because I said that I was gonna finish my seahorse before the retreat, and then this morning I realized, how? Because I'm away now. Well, I guess I can stitch when I'm away, and actually I do get quite a bit of time to stitch when I'm away. But then also I wanted to do some other projects. There's so many other projects I want to be stitching on, and I think to finish the seahorse I would need to really focus on just the seahorse for a while. So it may be difficult, but I will still try. The worst case scenario, I will just bring it as a whip to the retreat, and that's it. Maybe there's still a chance to finish it. I don't know. Let's see how Poland goes. But I wanted to bring some other projects to Poland as well. I do, because now, you know, traveling in the UK is very difficult, or traveling internationally, or any traveling within or going from the UK is very difficult, because of COVID, and I think also partially because of Brexit. A lot of airports. I'm so sorry. A lot of airports and a lot of airlines are struggling with staffing, so a lot of them are like understaffed, and there's just not enough people to service all the flights and to make them fly. So there's a lot of issues with flights being delayed, flights being cancelled. There's chaos at airports. It's not just the UK. A lot of that is going through in different countries within Europe. I'm not sure how it is in other parts of the world, but here it's not very good at the moment. But in the UK, in addition to airports being chaotic, also the trains, we have strikes. We have strikes so like very often these days. It feels like you never know if you book a train, is it gonna go, is it not gonna go, who knows. So there's train strikes, then there's tube strikes. so the tube doesn't go. So yeah, or and then people try to use all the other means of transport, so everything else gets blocked up. So traveling is a mess at the moment. And yeah, so I am worried. So I'm going to go to the airport much earlier than I should, so I will have time to stitch at the airport, hopefully. Because I'll just be sitting and waiting for things to happen, because I am expecting chaos, and but also there's a good chance flights will be delayed, because a lot of flights are delayed, so again I may have time to stitch at the airport. And then coming back, I already know that there's train strikes, so I'm gonna struggle to get back home when I land. So also, I don't know, there may be some waiting times generally. So I may have time to stitch. So maybe the seahorse will get some progress. Let's see. So yes, so I also thought seahorse is a good one to take, because I've got a paper chart for it. So, you know, if I have a long wait at the airport, I'm always worried about my phone, my battery going. My battery these days is not that good, so it does go quite fast. So if I use Pattern Keeper, you know, I'm concerned about the battery usage. If I use a paper chart, I don't have to worry about that. So I think seahorse is a very good option for that. I don't know yet what else I will take. I really wanted to take my holiday project, the full coverage lighthouse, so I may take that. This is so annoying. So I may take that, especially I have this, you know, the bag from my one and only proper project bag from Annie the Proper Stitcher. So I'd love to, and that's where the project is, the lighthouse. So I'd love to take that bag with me with the lighthouse in it. So maybe it's just these two projects I will take. I'm not sure. But then also I'm really curious. Well, that depends also, because okay, so let me start from the beginning. Also, let me check. I think I'm skipping through some of my notes, but that's all right. That's all right. Oh yes. So, but this is exciting. Okay, because this is a really nice thing that someone did for me, and also it's also, I wanted to share this with you guys in case if you'd be interested. So basically, I was watching Flosstube from Michael from Star Parade. So Michael, or Michał, he's also Polish like me, and he also lives in the UK like me, and he also does Flosstube like me. Okay, so Michael, he recently started designing his own charts. And his first ever chart that he released was the nautical. I think that's the title of it, but it was a nautical chart, so very much on my sea theme, right? Now he just showed in his latest Flosstube. He showed it framed, like fully framed, professionally framed. And it looked really, really cool. However, it is quite a big chart, and I wasn't like sure about stitching the whole thing. But I did, like, I saw that in the corner there's like this octopus kind of like peeking, And I really like octopus, and I really love. Do you say octopuses or octopi, or what is the correct way of saying? But I don't know. But I really like them. And I thought, oh, there'll be. By the way, there's a really good movie on Netflix about a guy who made friends with an octopus. I think it's called My Friend Octopus or something like this. I will try and insert it because I think if you like sea things and if you like, it's a really touching. Like if you like wildlife, I think you will enjoy it. I think it's a really cool movie. And I think it's still on Netflix. Actually, I'm not sure. I should maybe check before I say it. But it used to be on Netflix, and it was really good. It's a real story. It's not made up. It's actually filmed by him, mostly. Anyway, so I really like, I think octopuses, if that's correct. I think they're such cool animals. Because they're really intelligent. Like, and I don't know how, because they're not even like, you know, they don't have like a proper brain like other... I don't know how they're so smart, and they can, you know, they're so clever in like how they can hide, and they can change colors like just like this. Like, honestly, they're like super animals. So I think they're really cool. So anyway, so on that chart, I noticed there was like this octopus sticking out in the corner, and I thought it would be so cool to have like a chart with an octopus. But anyway, I just went on Michał's his Etsy store and just had a look, and I just wanted to see the nautical chart and just kind of like what else is there. And then next to the nautical chart there was a chart that I initially thought, oh, that's the octopus from the, like, so basically it was like added because on the nautical, like, I'll insert the picture here so you can see, but it's not the full octopus. But on the other chart there was a full long, well, I thought it was an octopus initially, but it kind of looked a bit weird. I agree, it kind of looked a bit like a squid as well. And then obviously I didn't read the title properly, but I commented on Michael's video. I was like, oh, I'm so excited you also have the octopus chart separately. I feel like I really want to start that. And he's like, oh, I can actually chart you a proper octopus because this is octosquid. And I'm like, all right, that sounds perfect. And so he charted, he changed that, well, basically created a new chart for me. How cool is that? I think this is such a sweet thing to do. And he did it in a day. I left a comment in the morning, he responded in the morning, and then in the evening it was on his Etsy store. So anyway, I'm gonna insert here the picture of the octopus design that I want to stitch now. Of course I have to stitch it now. If he's done it for me, I have no choice, and I have to start it soon, okay, because I'm gonna put it in my pile and never do it. I want to stitch it now, and also because my All Things Sea Craft Along is ongoing. I mean, it's gonna be ongoing for a long time, but anyway, now is the time. But I spent forever. I spent half of the weekend thinking about what am I gonna stitch it on and what threads to use, and I kept changing my mind, and in the end, if I don't know if I set on the right thing or not, so we're going to have to see. But anyway, I ordered some stuff. If it arrives before I go to Poland, I may take it with me to Poland and try. Again, I'm not sure yet if I'm stitching it with the right things on the right thing. But I am going to, I think, try and take it with me to Poland. If I can, but it may not arrive before I go, in which case I won't have this whole dilemma whether I should take it or not. Then I'll just come back and I'll start it when I'm back. Okay, that's the octopus story. So yeah, so this week no progress, no cross stitch progress from me on the All Things Sea Craft Along. However, I'll show you in a minute. This is gonna be another long video, I know. I thought this was gonna be a short one. Never mind. But I just wanted to mention to you, if you want to have a look on Instagram, under the hashtag, there's a couple stitchers that also joined in. So Christine, who's my longtime subscriber, she's joined in with a really cool project. I think I've never seen this project before. It's called, I looked it up, I found it on Etsy because Christine has given me some information via email. So the project is called the Song of Solomon. The Song of Solomon. It's a ship. It's a really interesting, like, you can go on Etsy and read up, because I've forgotten now all the information, but I think it was part of, I'm not sure what. There was a Facebook group and it was part of that, and there was something. It's got a nice description on Etsy, I think. It also comes with this information. So Christine posted some pictures on Instagram, so go and have a look. I will also insert here some pictures that you can see. So we have some more people joining, so that's really cool. Another person that joined on Instagram was Stitchy Knitter. I think that's how you say this. I need to practice my pronunciation because it's so bad, guys. She joined with, the project I'm stitching, the Caterpillar Cross Stitch Seize the Day. She's also stitching that, so I'll insert her picture here as well. I know, because for diamond painters, I forgot to include that in my diamond painting update, but I am planning to include, to make a separate video, probably after I'm back from Albania, I think, because I'm not going to be able to record that before, I think. So in September, I think I will make maybe just a short video, but the video to showcase everybody's projects, that everybody who's either sent me a picture via email or on Instagram, just to show you guys, what people have been working on, in case if you're interested, and my own projects as well, like what progress I've made. Yeah, and this is not like a proper event, so this hashtag will go on as long as we want to continue stitching all things sea. It can go on and on, so you can join at any time of any project. It doesn't have to be a new start, you don't have to finish it. There's no rules, because I don't like following rules, so I don't like making you guys follow rules. Okay, it's just a fun thing. There may be a giveaway, maybe even in the September video. But I need to actually get something to give away. so for now, this is all kind of undecided what exactly, but I think there will be a video just, so that everybody can be included as well, like diamond painter, stitchers, or if there's any other crafts as well. So speaking of other crafts, now this is the cross stitch section concluded. I mean, there's only like a few minutes left of this video. But yeah, there's no more cross stitch, but it's quite exciting. So honestly, guys, stick around, because I'm so excited about this. You have to see. Last weekend, Love Crafts UK, it's just like a hobby store, and they sell online. I don't know if they have any physical shops, but they sell online. Love Crafts UK had a sale for embroidery kits. And I've been wanting to, for a while, I've been looking at like maybe getting myself an embroidery kit, but then I couldn't really find one that I like really wanted to order, and then there's always so many other things I want to order, so I never ordered one. But I just had a browse. I thought, I'll just have a look what's there, because the sale was quite good. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna have a look. And I saw these, I was like, how perfect. They looked really difficult, so I got scared at first, like, can I even do this? But actually they weren't. But actually, so I found these two kits, which are sea themed, and they're so different to anything I've ever seen. So I always thought embroidery is just like, when you have this, what do you call this stitch? There's a name for the stitch when they make like butterflies and stuff, and pretty shapes, but it's all kind of like one-dimensional. This one is like a 3D kit that has all sorts of things in it. So let me show you. So I got two, and one I finished already. So one beautiful thing about embroidery is it doesn't take very long to do. So I was able to finish it in basically like 2 days. So I started on Friday night, and I stayed up late working on it, then continued Saturday morning and Saturday evening, and I worked on it until I finished it on Saturday night, basically, and so exciting. So the two kits. This is the one I worked on. Guys, this is called a sea urchin. Both of the kits, I discovered this brand. They have so many beautiful embroidery kits with all these little cool things inside. They're called Rwandian embroidery, and so you can see how fully, sorry about the glare, I don't know if I can take this out here. Is that better? But this is, yes, this is the sea urchin, and there's like some seaweed. I keep thinking these are clouds, but they're not actually clouds because it's like the bottom of the sea. And there's some like, yeah, some different things like stones and seashells and stuff. So there's lots of like beads and like little like charms and like cool things. And that's the thing, so you get floss, but you don't just get floss, you also get like this cool type of, I don't even know what it is. It's like wool, whatever it is. Let me show you. So I did my own take. Actually, I'll show you here first of all before I show you my thing that I'm so proud of. What I wanted to show you. So this is what I have left from this kit that I worked on. So the cool things I've used. So they're not here. This is just the floss, and I think these are actually, I was trying to work it out for my octopus what these colors are. I think these are actually DMC color variations. I think this is what they are. But I will tell you soon if that's what they are. But yeah, but they're really nice. So they're just cotton threads, and there's one metallic. I think this is metallic DMC. Okay, which actually wasn't as bad to work with as I was expecting. Okay, and then there's the beads that I still have left. So there was lots. There was like literally a full bag of beads and charms. Now the second kit, I'm gonna show you this first because before I show you my product, is this one. Look guys how cool that is. So cool. And so you can see here at the back when they include stuff, so you get these little like pieces of fabric as well, because some of it you have to sew on like a little, like you have to make something from fabric. You also get like this what is it called? It's called, let me tell you what it's called. Organza that you can put at the back, so it gives you like a background color. So it's like in the case, like for example, if I show you here the little like what I call them clouds, they have like this piece of black of blue fabric behind them. So cool. So they give you like different types of fabric, and they also give you like different flosses, and they also give you all these beads and charms and stuff. So that's super cool. And they were on sale, so they didn't even cost me that much money. There is a third kit from this series, which I'm definitely getting. 100% I'm getting that one. But there's also lots of different kits with different themes. A lot of them are so cool or so beautiful. I want to like do so many of them. Oh, I'm keeping this one for a rainy day, because you know what? I had a really hard week. Like until Friday, I was kind of not feeling so great. And then I thought on Friday evening, let's do something nice. Like I know I have so many projects, but I'm gonna just try this out because I'm really curious. I'm really excited about this. Best thing I ever did for myself. Like I was like a kid in the playground. I couldn't go to bed because I wanted to keep doing this. This is so fun. Honestly, guys, best thing ever. That cheered me up so much. I'm so happy. And so, you know, I showed you what it was meant to look like, right? The cool thing about these is you can like be free. Like so they give you guidelines. There are some like lines drawn on the fabric just to give you like guidelines, like where things should be going. But in the end, actually, it's up to you what exactly you put on the project, like which beads you pick, where do you put them. I think they also include like different beads depending what they have in stock. So they don't always include exactly the same things, or different charms. So you kind of get different things, and it's up to you, or like how exactly. So for example, you have to coil that fancy wool thing. It's completely up to you how you coil it, where you put it, and so I made it completely my own. So you start with the sea urchin, and so at first, you know, I was very unsure what to do, so I followed exactly the instructions. But actually, instructions are not that detailed. They just say make this, and you know, and it doesn't. They don't like. It's not like cross stitch that you have a pattern to follow. It's just like kind of vague instructions, and like they tell you which floss to use or which fabric to use, and like for example, the size for sea urchin, you had like this little circle that you could copy off, but they don't actually give you exact locations of where everything should go and how it should be done. So initially I was like really apprehensive and like trying to look at the picture exactly where's everything, but then I just went, I was just enjoying myself, just putting things where I thought they should be going, where they felt right. And so in the end, this is what I made. This is obviously not fully finished either, because I need to get a nice hoop for it, like a proper nice hoop. I may get like a nice edge and also back for the hoop so that I can display that, or maybe give it to someone to display. But look guys, I am actually going to include a video of this so that you can see, just because I'm so excited about this, and because again I don't think my front camera is giving it justice. So just so you can see a bit more detail, you can have a look hopefully now at that video. Yeah, but so I did make it my own, and this is so exciting because it feels like you're making something, and it's just so fun. So anyway, so I just really wanted to share it with you guys, and I will show it again when I fully finish it. But yeah, if you haven't tried anything like that before, I recommend that you do, because, well, I don't know, if you like being creative, if you like playing like a kid sometimes, then you may enjoy this. Anyway, so this is not cross stitch, I know, and I'm sorry, but also there will be more of that on my channel because I am so doing more of these kits, that's for sure. The final last thing I have to show you today is the progress on my crab. So my crochet crab, that's another story. I don't want to keep you guys for much longer, so I will try and make it short. But the crab, I have made a lot of progress on my crab from the last time I showed you when I just had the thing. So I have the whole main body of him. I have his head finished. He doesn't have arms or legs yet, so he doesn't have these things yet. And he doesn't have a bow tie because he's meant to have a bow tie. So okay, so he's not quite finished yet, but I can show you what I have. Okay. So actually I will. That's so cool, guys. Oh my goodness. That is gonna be my thumbnail for this video. Oh. Oh, this is so fun. I'm sorry. Okay. What was I gonna say? He cheers me up so much. I've literally just had him, since I made his eyes, I've just had him sit on my table, like in the middle of my living room. So whenever I feel grumpy or sad, I look at him and I think he's hilarious. Oh, he's my best friend now. He's a little bit understaffed, so that's what I was gonna say. So last time, so you know what, I bought this chart without actually reading the description. It seems to be a theme. But so I bought it. I thought it looks so cute, I'm just gonna buy it. So yeah, it was a crochet pattern from Etsy. I will link it down below. And then when I was editing my last Flosstube, I was looking for that chart to remember where I got it from, and then I realized it's actually meant to be a doorstop. I was like, a doorstop, alright. I've never made a doorstop. Do I have to make it into a doorstop? And initially I thought, oh, I'm not gonna bother. But then, you know, I'm just gonna stuff it up as a normal kind of stuffed animal. But then Anne, my stitchy friend, she's like, oh, I love doorstops, like cute doorstops. You have to make it into a doorstop. So then I bought the beads and I put the beads inside. So it is kind of heavy. But I wasn't sure how much I should stuff him, so I think I understuffed him a little. Like he's not fully, like he's a little bit loose. So maybe he should be a bit bulkier. But it's too late now. He doesn't have any holes, so so I can't stuff him anymore. So it is, you know, he is what he is. So yeah, he's armless for now. But I've read I'm actually getting better at crochet, guys. Honestly, I'm able to follow the charts, the patterns much easier now And so I thought it would be so cool because one of my subscribers asked me if I was ever gonna do a giveaway for my crochet animals, and I thought, yeah, if anybody wants to win one, I'd love to do one. But I thought he's quite big and heavy to send far away, like if it was like abroad. But I could make like a smaller version of him, because I think he's gonna be so cute. So I started experimenting with different types of yarns. Like I started using some smaller yarns and just trying to see what I like and what may work. And so I've got a couple of starts for a smaller version of him. So that's coming as well, and I think that will be possibly, maybe if I manage to finish one in September, then maybe that will be the giveaway, who knows, for my All Things Sea craft along. But so yeah, so when what I was gonna say is, when I was trying the different types of yarns, I was so much more comfortable. I'm now able to like handle different types of yarn, different hook sizes, and I wasn't even struggling with the small one. I can read the pattern, I can count much better. So I think guys, I'm actually learning something. So I'm very, very happy. I think we're on a way, because also I had to do some things here that I don't normally do, like attach this, I had to make this kind of the pouch for his eyes, the hat, and there was some things that maybe previously I would be like not sure how to do, but now it was much easier. I also like, I pre-read the charts for the clothes, and I think like initially I was like, what do they mean, how do you do it? But now like it already makes sense in my head, so I think I can totally do it. I have one leg actually, I can show you. So he's gonna have, because crabs have a lot of legs, so he's gonna have the big claws here, and then he's gonna have 3 of these on each side. So oh guys, this has been such a fun video. I don't know if it's been fun for you, but I am having so much fun. So much fun. Hello. Okay, this is the end. This is how we're going to end this today. We have to name him. If you have an idea for what his name should be, you can let me know in the comments. If we have multiple suggestions, we may need to, I don't know, decide somehow, but I would love to hear your suggestions for what his name should be. So let me know in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're gonna come back. If you are, then please consider subscribing, because then you will know next time when I post a crazy video, and then you can watch it. And if you don't want to subscribe, or even if you do, you can at least leave me a like. So there's a like, I don't know where is there's the thumbs up, like, whatever. So you can press on that. And I think that's it. So I don't know when I'll see you next, but it will happen. You know, I will be back. Have a great rest. Enjoy the rest of your summer. Have a fantastic August. Enjoy yourself. I hope you find time for stitching or other crafting. I hope I gave you some inspiration to be creative. And you know, experiment in life. I think it's always good to try. I think that's why I love doing so many different things, because I don't know, I don't want life to be boring. Life's too short, right? So yeah, so anyway, so go and craft, go and be crazy, and I'll see you next time in my next video. Bye!